Hi, this is Jack with Vacationies, and I'm here for your December 2021 destination wedding update. As you can see, it looks like it's winter here in the Philadelphia area. It's cold. Just got back from spending 3 weeks in Mexico, and I miss it already. So let's talk about what's happening. First thing is there is a rumor that destination weddings with COVID are dead. No one's doing them. Let me tell you that is totally incorrect. I can tell you that if you're looking for a destination wedding in 2022, you are going to have tough time the first 9 months of the year finding a good resort with a good time if you want a weekend. We are seeing more and more destination weddings. I think actually COVID has brought families together that want to spend quality time together. I just attended 3 destination weddings of clients over a 2-week period while I was in Mexico. And I can tell you the families haven't seen each other for a while, so it was great for them to get together and be at the family's destination wedding. Okay, so let's talk about some things that are happening. Well, we're talking about COVID, so let me give you some updates. As of December the 6th, the CDC has changed the requirements for you to get back in the United States from an international destination. This happened, of course, while I was trying to fly home. Previously, if you were vaccinated, you had to have your COVID test 3 days prior to your arrival back in the United States. And the hotels in most destinations were doing a great job. Well, in the late October, the CDC decided that because of the new variant, that everybody, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, you need to have a COVID test within 1 day prior of departure. So I had to change my test. And then they changed it back, and then they changed it forward. So anyway, the important thing you should know is you do need to have a COVID test returned back in the United States with a negative result at least 1 day, within 1 day prior to your return. And that is new as of December 6th, 2021. That could change again, but right now know that when you're at the hotel or your villa or wherever you may be, you need to make sure you have a COVID test, whether you're vaccinated or unvaccinated, within 24 hours of arriving back in the United States. Very important. Now let's talk about some of the other things that we're seeing out there. Deals and specials. As I said, 2022 is shaping up to be a crazy year. Everybody is just so busy. I just came back from a meeting with Palace Resorts while I was in Mexico. Palace used to have an amazing free room program. At one point it was 1 for 8, another point it was 1 for 10. Well, now they've reduced their promotion so that the bride and groom gets a free room, and that's it. No more 1 for 8, 1 for 10. I will say this for Palace, though, they are still keeping up the private event promotion, and for their resorts they're also giving the $20 promotion. If you have questions about that, email. It is probably, Palace Resorts still has, in my view, some of the best promotions going of any of the resorts in the Caribbean and Mexico. Most of the resorts are in Cancun, Riviera Maya, 1 in Jamaica, and 1 in Cabo. Now, let's talk about other things happening. AM Resorts with the Beyond Memorable program is good for all of 2022, and we have booked 1 in 2023. So if you haven't seen my video, I do have a video on that program. I think that is one of the best wedding packages that you can buy out there right now. The key on that is for 50 people or 100 people, and the fine print on it says that it must be booked 1 year prior to your wedding date. So that's important when you talk to their wedding managers. Another thing we're seeing is some new openings. So here's an opening for you that I'm really excited about. I've told you about the Margaritaville in Punta Cana, actually on Cap Cana. There is also going to be an Azul, which is just opened. So Azul is owned by the same company. Right next to Margaritaville is going to be Azul. They're going to share some common space and common elements. Each of them is going to have 2 to 3 wedding venues. I just spoke to the wedding planner there last week. They don't have any ballrooms. So if you're a large wedding, it's not the place for you. But both resorts, Margaritaville and Azul, will have the Charisma private event promotion, which is the cash for bash, where you do get a lot of freebies. So again, this is going to be one of my favorite resorts, I think, in Punta Cana. The quality is going to be good. The beaches there are amazing, and the service is amazing. Brand new resort just opened November and December of 2021, and that's Azul Beach in Punta Cana, but in the Cap Cana section. Now, the other people that have a really good promotion is LeBlanc resorts are adults-only resorts. I just did a video. I just spent 9 days at Leblanc in Cancun. If you've ever talked to me, it's probably my favorite adults-only resort. Yes, it's expensive, but it really is amazing. They have a promotion right now that basically they will give you at least 5 hours of private events. So it's amazing because that could be your reception, it could be a cocktail party with reception, and they're giving you a free ceremony and a free room for the bride and groom. So that's LeBlanc in Cancun and LeBlanc in Cabo. Again, my opinion, the best adults-only, all-inclusive resorts that I've stayed at in Mexico. Now, when we look at other things happening, most of the cruise lines, if you're planning a cruise ship wedding or maybe a honeymoon on a cruise ship, most of the cruise lines have come out and said that everybody must be vaccinated through 2022. There are a couple ships that will allow unvaccinated people, and there's a couple ships that will allow a very small percentage of unvaccinated, but once you get on the ship, you're limited to what you can do versus the vaccinated people. So these are some of the things that we're seeing out there for destination wedding planning. I will say this, if you are looking for 2022, like I said up front, really the first 6 months of the year is just crazy booked. We as a company are not taking on any new weddings for the beginning of the year just because it's frustrating to find locations other than a Tuesday at 11 o'clock in the morning on the beach, which is probably not a great place to get married with the volleyball court in the background at some resorts. So if you're thinking about planning for 2023, we're seeing great opportunities in 2023. January and February and March, we have a couple weddings booked. I have not had a problem finding locations at resorts we like to work with, at times people want, and the dates we want. So if you're thinking about a weekend, we have not had a single problem yet finding locations on weekends, January and February and March of 2023. Hopefully this information has been helpful to you. I'm Jack with Vacationese, and have fun planning your destination wedding.